demoniacal creatures with huge canine teeth who bite deeply into the necks of their victims to grab and gorge on blood, warm human blood.
guys. Let's go. There is the opening bell, and we are off. Stocks are starting to move, and you know what? They're not really going that crazy yet, but the SPY is actually recovering up a little bit today, which is nice. Always good to be adaptable out there, so I will be watching just in case it starts to run back up above like the 473 resistance. That will be a big area to look for, but man, yesterday we saw a huge sell-off come in. It took a long time, though, for some of these stocks to finally start moving. Like, we were holding NVDA puts all day long, pretty much, and finally, something gave out yesterday and they tanked down. That was a fun play yesterday to the downside, and man, I think I sold off around like 490 or like 491. Damn, I could have held for like double the gain yesterday, but hey, still a good trade overall. Hope everybody enjoyed that one. I put out a little poll for it today just to see what you guys were thinking with it, but good morning, Christian. What's up? Good morning, Manny. Where you at? Manny's probably, he's a perma bull, man. He probably doesn't like it whenever, you know, the stocks go down. It's okay, though. You know, I get it. Keep in mind, though, as well, you know, keep in mind, too, that it's just one day, you know, but I don't know. One day kind of pissed off a lot of people. I saw. Joe, what's up? Good morning. Rick, good morning. Justin, good morning. David. Oh, the second Rick. I got two Ricks now. Rick McQueen and just Rick. Lefty, Xbox. Hope you guys are having a good day. So far, we're seeing those stocks start to pop back up a little bit. Good to see. But that trend line break was perfect with NVIDIA, guys. I hope that some of you guys at least caught that out there. I know a couple of you guys followed the first one. I'm not sure if you guys re-bought in when I did towards the end of the stream or not. But good trade nonetheless. Really held that trend. Let's go back to a 15-minute chart and let's draw out our red line, because this is like our confirmation that we were hoping would hold up, and it did. Ended up holding there right at 500. Failed to break the trend. Good trade overall. You guys can see the setup right now. You can almost screenshot it, because this is like a picture-perfect type of trend break, I guess we'll say, with the trend touch even as confirmation. So it was like one of the better ones out there. You guys can screenshot it or go back on the stream if you want to. But now today, I'm actually watching this one carefully. NVIDIA is running right into resistance from yesterday, right around 489 to 490. So I'm going to watch here, see if we start to reject, or if we start to really break out with some good momentum back up. I think the market could definitely still run to the upside, and if it does, there's still going to be some great opportunity here. So I'm going to keep my eyes on this and be adaptable. I do feel like, though, the SPY must have hit like a short-term resistance or something like that on that drop. Now, obviously, there's a whole bunch of stocks in the market that caused SPY to fall as they started falling, but it was like everything at one time went. Now, I will say I want to be a little bit careful here, because I really want the stock market to pick a more solid direction. Like right now, it ran all the way back up. It's just sitting in the midpoint, which is, it might be even good for a play down with that. But you go out to a daily chart and you can look at the possible double top starting to form here on the daily chart. Okay, all-time high right around 480. Guess what? The stock market is very close to that right now. It's starting to consolidate quite a bit around this area. If we go to the daily and we just zoom out a little bit, I mean, you can, or zoom in, I mean, you can actually see how it's just like the market's slowing down here. There's like a bunch of slower candles. It's not like the type of movement that we were getting like right here or right here on any of these big breaks. It was kind of like this area, except it's even different. It's almost like flatter. So I'm going to really watch this. The possible double top forming is a huge deal. Everybody should have this in the back of their minds, even if you're a bull, even if you're an all-time bull, like you're a bull all the time. It's still good to keep this in the back of your minds, guys, because these levels, can just be really important. Like, imagine it could maybe stop you from over trading on a day where you're trying to dip buy and, you know, the market's just not performing, not coming back up, you know, something like that for a few weeks. Maybe that'll be the case. And then we'll maybe retest highs and break out, right? Not sure, but we'll have to see exactly how the price action goes. But just wanted to, you know, make people aware of this, because this possible double top forming could be very, very important here. And what's a better time for that to form other than whenever NVIDIA is at 500, Netflix is at 500, Apple is at 200, Tesla is at key 260 resistance. It's like we're getting everything at major levels at one time, which is a little bit weird. The system was rigged yesterday so Kathy Wood can buy more Tesla. That would be kind of funny. Kathy, that'd be funny if she actually bought the dip on that one, though. I'm sure she did. First day with y'all, and I hit 100% on NVIDIA. Beautiful, formerly. That is actually awesome. Today is day 2. That's a good start, formerly. That's one hell of a good start. She did. She bought 100,000 shares. Okay. At 147.14. At 147? Did you mean 247, right? Yeah. It must have been 247. I was like, what the? 147? That's a great price. I was like, how'd she buy that? No, I see though. Interesting. Of course she did. She has so much of that stock. I mean, it doesn't even really matter if she buys more now or not, does it? Damn. 23.2 million worth. Yeah, I dropped NVIDIA yesterday. I even said it in the discussion chat when I dropped it. Let me get the exact time I did. Let me see. Get the time. It was at 1:32 p.m. my time, so let's figure out where that is on the chart. It wasn't quite up 100%, but it was pretty damn good. 132. Oh, I was earlier than I thought. I was really just targeting this support down here. Yeah, so I unloaded right here on the chart. On this red line yesterday. Unloaded there. The thing went a lot lower, though. I definitely was sitting there after I sold, and I was like, oh, I should have kept more. But it was still a great trade, nonetheless. Good move. I don't think anybody expected a move that large yesterday, did they? I mean, I didn't expect one that big, and I was pretty damn bearish yesterday, if you guys, you know, as you guys know. That is called capital trades, nom nom. Capital trades. CAPITOL trades. Oh, it has an S though. Dumbass computer. God damn. Yeah, capitaltrades.com. Here's Pelosi. Max Miller. Katie Britt. Ooh. Mike Garcia. Debbie Dingle. 32 trades. I want to see Katie's trade. Oh, man. What the hell was she even buying? I don't know what this is. Some type of real estate thing, it looks like. Mac Bayou Townhomes Holdings? What? Did you hold your Neo calls? Of course. I'm not going to sell Neo, guys. Like, literally, I'm not going to sell that one. Unless the stock just tanks under $7. Then I might consider it. But other than that, one consideration, if it tanks under 7, it's not being sold, guys, for like 2 months. Minimum. Seriously. It's a set it. It's a forget it. And that's what we're going to do there. With good old NIO. Looking good, though. Still off support. Here's the big money plays if you guys have missed them on the videos. Neo 750 calls, June 21st, 2024, 2 million there. 9 strike calls, June 21st, 2024, 2.7 million into that one. So definitely got some pretty good trades going on there. Let's go on the economic calendar, guys. We had the GDP growth rate come out this morning. Let's refresh. There it is, 4.9. It was the final reading. Tomorrow is going to be the big day, guys. We have the PCE data, personal spending. Going to be a big one. I know the Feds look at this one closely. They're expecting it to not really change too much from last time, so hopefully that's the case. I don't know why the durable goods orders were so low last time. Kind of flip-flopping there, but... Nice, Sean. 50%er on MU. Nice trade. MU. Wow, they really exploded back up, didn't they? Damn, Sean. Good earnings play. Nice. Was it earnings or just post-earnings? Let's go out to Boeing really fast. Starting to hit at the top and come back down a little bit here today. Let's see SPY as it runs into resistance. 490 or 473. Sorry, it's going to be a huge level on SPY. We'll have to see if it can get back above there or not. I have a feeling it's going to be a little bit choppy here. NVIDIA starting to come back a little bit. Right off resistance. Right at resistance. Beautiful. Pretty big resistance there. Let's look at the QQQ. Looking pretty fire. Watching 406 as support here. Not looking too bad. I like that support. SPY even has a little support going on close to like 471. It goes up a little bit, like 20 cents over, but looks pretty good. I got MU about 10 days ago. I'm like, oh, wow, okay. Sean's like 12 for 54 on earnings. Nice. That's actually not too bad, Sean. I'm surprised it's that good. At least you're honest with it. Most people who trade earnings in the Discord, they probably lose a lot more often than we think, and they just don't say anything, you know? What are your supports for Boeing? You guys ever keep an eye on the 10-year and 2-year? All the time. I mean, all the time. Look at US 10Y for me. Has lines all over it, man. I'm a big fan. US 10Y, I think will start to come down pretty well. I don't think it'll be straight down. I think that we'll see a lot of chop within here, but as long as the Feds keep cutting rates like they're saying they will, I think that it'll, you know, start to go a lot lower. Like at least back to like 3% or somewhere around there. I can see at least there, like the mid-range of this run-up, you know, so something close. But I've been looking at this big trend on US, hang on, sorry, I accidentally pressed spacebar. On US 10Y, it's a huge trend. You can see I'll mark it with all the arrows that I usually do. Arrow. Yeah, I love watching US 10Y. I've looked at it a lot. It's one of those things I look at more of like on a macroeconomic level. Like I don't stare at it all day long every day. You know, I don't think that there's any benefit in that at all. Like zero. It's literally just like staring at a stock, hoping it goes up or down. What I like to do with US 10Y is I like to look at the overall picture. You know, like whenever we got up to the top, I expected 5% to be a pretty big high here. If you guys were watching the streams and the nightly videos and stuff, I talked about 5% a lot. Ackman even got out of his big treasury bond shorts right there at the top as this was hitting 5%. And I'm not saying that he's getting out just because of that, but I'm just making a statement that, you know, there were some bigger players starting to flip the script up here as well. Who else was starting to flip the script? The Federal Reserve. You know, they've been doing little rate cuts and rate pauses now, and they're talking about more cuts and more cuts and more cuts. And what's it doing? It's bringing US 10Y back down under that trend line again, which is a pretty bearish signal. You can even see right here, it tried to bounce off it again. And then there was just too much downside pressure with the FOMC events and everything like that that have been going on. Now, as this falls, there's going to be some big areas of support, like, you know, right around like 3.5%, 3.4%. I could see this really starting to slow up and then maybe uptrending a little bit again. You know, it's not like it's going to go straight down. It's probably going to be all over the place. But I do think that like from this point until like, I would say like July or June. No. Yeah, like July of next year, I would say we're lower than this. You know, I would say that I would put money on US 10Y being lower than 3.844%. Because I'm just trusting in what the market's pricing in for the SPY, or I mean for the Feds, and what they're looking at with rate cuts. Now, something can change. If inflation starts shooting back up, and I mean bad, right? Like, we can't just see, like, inflation shoot up, like, you know, a half a percentage point and then start freaking out. Like, that's not going to be the case. Damn, there's no more inflation this month. Hang on, let me get this up. Here we go. So like here's the current inflation chart. It's at 3.1 right now. If it goes higher, like let's say 3.5, 4%, that won't be too bad. You know, that could just be a short-term uptrend. It might start coming back down quick. You know, we'll have to give it some time. Kind of like this uptrend that happened this year. From July, you know, it trended up 3.7, started coming back down. And now it's on a, you know, pretty steady downtrend again. If we can get back under 3%, I mean, we're going to be seeing these yields just come back down pretty good. You know, it's going to be not a bad idea. And I think that as well, oh wow, hang on, sorry, that got way zoomed in. As well though, US 10Y is just also starting to become bearish in the setup too. You know, like they were starting to break the trend, move down a lot. I think that given just the huge run up lately, like, you know, people are obviously taking profits on certain situations. So you think that'll cause the markets to drop? No, I don't. I don't think it'll cause the markets to drop at all. If the yields keep coming down. Now, what could cause the markets to drop is if the yields start to pop back up because inflation runs up a little bit more, and then the Feds might have to like adjust or something like that. That would be kind of like one of the negatives that I see there. But we'll have to see. I mean, you know, there's just so much that can go on in the economy that can change things. I would say, though, on the current trajectory, things are looking a lot better than they are worse. Like, I would say there's a possibility of hitting all-time highs. There's at least the possibility at the current projections, I'd say. Or like on SPY and QQQ and a lot of stocks. Current projections would put us if the Feds do what they say. Those rate cuts are a big deal, guys. Big deal in the economy. Nobody thought that rate cut or that these yields would even get to 5%. I was one of the only people, and I was looking at this trend break right here, and I was like, damn, this looks pretty good to the upside. You know, and I literally was. If you guys were watching the nightly videos and watching the streams, you know, I was pretty bullish on this for a long time. For a long time. But now that they're starting to do rate cuts, it's simple. Now you go back down. I mean, it's how it works. That pressure up is no longer there on the yields. Here's TLT with the bonds starting to come up pretty damn good. All the way up to 99 now on TLT. That's pretty big. Coming back like crazy as those yields fall back. And this is exactly what a lot of people wanted. They wanted this. A lot of people were buying TLT down here at the bottom under 90, around 85. What do you think about PBLA? Yeah, it's time to get into some stocks today again. PBLA, Panabella Therapeutics. I mean, it's a therapeutic stock. I have no thoughts on this one. It's a penny stock. It's only $1. It's wild. It's had reverse splits in the past. Yeah, not one for me. That's for sure. Sorry, Perry. This is one I would never touch. Too wild. Rather than doing that, I would just look for like a safe move on like Apple or Microsoft or something and try to catch a play with options that'll move kind of like a penny stock would move. BA to the downside. And, you know, those stocks might be good for you, but I just, in general, you know. BA to the downside. I'll say this, it definitely looks more down than up today, Carlo. I mean, it might be a good play down. I don't think I would play this one down right now just because of how bullish it's been until maybe it breaks like 260 support or something, but that's interesting. Sean said they've been seeing a lot of penny stocks in Discord. Don't do it. Yeah, don't. It's all good, Perry. I'm with you. My view said SLV calls 12:29 based on your videos. When do you suggest closing them? Well, we're getting really close to the date now, my view. Very, very close. 12:29. I mean, you don't want to hold these too long, but it's looking great. Yeah, I mean, as long as we stay above like $22, I mean, I think this is perfectly fine to just hold for a couple more days, maybe through tomorrow. Maybe reevaluate tomorrow afternoon before the market closes and say like, hey, are these metals still on a run? It's a 22 strikes. Okay. Nice. Okay. Not bad. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go grab a drink real quick. I just ran out. Just give me about a minute or so. I'm going to throw the market onto Tesla. Or, oh, wow, Tesla's coming back down, guys. Uh-oh, how's NVIDIA? Still looking pretty wild. All right, be right back, guys. All right, guys, I am back. Thanks for that. What do you think about AMD? Let's see, AMD. It's not looking too bad today. It looks kind of like in the short term, trying to come back up a little bit here. Definitely not too bad. AMD is an interesting stock. It'll probably end up following the overall tech sector and NVIDIA today, but let's see QQQ. Nothing too crazy right now. Kind of looks bearish now. It's just really choppy today. I mean, since open, it's done like nothing, really. I almost don't even count those as like intraday opportunities. Like sometimes with chop, there can be some great opportunities, you know, like buying off support constantly and selling at resistance. You could have done that here. It just wasn't too wild. The reason I was asking about the 10-year and 2 years because the inverted yield curve. Yeah, the yield curve is still inverted. It's kind of crazy. But I know. They've been inverted for a while now, though. I mean, I think that there could end up being a recession, you know, honestly. I could see one coming. It just... We'll have to see. We'll have to see. There's a lot that goes into the into a recession, you know. There's so much that goes in. We were technically in a recession, I think, last year, but they changed their stuff around. You know, it used to be that they would have, what was it? I think it was 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP readings was technically a recession. And then they changed it. They changed the definition to like unemployment or something, or I don't even know what the hell the new one is, but kind of silly. Damn. I just saw that the video from last night had 22,000 views. That is quite a lot compared to usual. Quite a bit. All right, Boeing, what are we doing? Coming back down again? Yup. I think Boeing is looking bearish here. Bearish in the short term. I'm still looking for NVIDIA to kind of turn back over again today. I would love to see that as a potential trade. Microsoft, same exact story. You know, Tesla calls. It's sitting right at 250 today. Calls are hard for me right here on Tesla. Look at how it's starting to reject at the daily trend again, guys. Look at Tesla. I was hoping for a breakout of this trend, but like, look at this red line. It's the one that's going diagonal to the downside. I'll mark it in blue. This big long-term line where the big arrows are pointing to. This line has been so crucial for Tesla. It's failed to break this line truly so many times and just continues to reject back down right here. I would be very careful with calls in the short term unless this starts breaking again. It started to break a little bit yesterday morning and last week. Is this? No, Monday and Tuesday. But it never truly broke like 260, which we were really waiting for on Bookmap. I was really waiting for 260 to break, and it just never came in. Trust me, I wanted this thing to break up, but it didn't. So now we have to look at this and say, is this trend going to hold up again? Because now look at the intraday chart. It's kind of bouncing right off that level again, right here. That was kind of the high of day today. So, definitely an interesting setup on Tesla. It's like I want to be bullish on it, but it's so hard. I mean, look at these perfect hits off of these resistances. Man, I mean, you just can't get any better than this almost sometimes. I think it's actually better down overall. I'm not saying it's going to tank like yesterday, but I could see it going lower. It is right at intraday support now, though, so just be a little wary of that. But once this gives out, it should be a lot better. Might chop around here for a little while, though, before breaking it or something. David says, where's the volume? Yeah, the volume, I don't know. I don't know where it is, but hey, there's opportunities out there. Like, there's been some good opportunities on Tesla today off of resistance touches and stuff like that, back to the downside. Don't always need volume to catch good moves in the market. I look for opportunities no matter what. Sure, huge volume can fuel some big moves, but you don't always need huge moves in the options market. That's what's so fun about it. I can't believe U is up 10% right now. What in the world? Yes, the airlines are coming alive. Love. I love you, love. What about DraftKings? Oh. What do I see for Riot for sure? RIOT. Looks kind of rough here today. Yeah, it looks like it's about to break support. It's sitting right at support though, so it might bounce. We'll have to see. How's BTC? That might be more, yeah. So Bitcoin's right at support too. I guess the big question with Riot is, do you think Bitcoin's going to go back up? That's the big question. I would think maybe for an intraday dip buy, this might not be a bad buy off support down here if you're looking for a quick scalp. Some type of quick move back up might be pretty good. Does anybody out there play Escape from Tarkov? Is that arena mode out yet? Do you guys know? I'm just curious. I've been too busy between everything and my baby girl. I haven't even gotten to touch Tarkov in 2 months or something. David says I play Escape. Nice. Check Neo for sure. NIO. I love looking at Neo right now, but it's right at the $8 support. And just keep in mind, we have Neo Day this weekend, so Yeah, Corbin, Horizon 5 is awesome. I play Gran Turismo a ton, but Horizon is really fun too. I bought it on the PC just to play it, Corbin. Yeah, Neo calls for the event. I mean, I'm into calls that expire in June, so here's like what I'm worried about, guys, with the event. Let's go back to Tesla, because they recently had their Cybertruck event, and guess what? Tesla actually went down from this event. Don't know if you guys remember that. It was like right here. Tesla had a bit of a down spurt right there, right as that event was happening, but they ended up recovering back up a little bit later. I feel like Neo might do the same thing. Might be a very similar setup to this. Go out to the daily. The big thing is that we're into calls that expire in June, or I am. Guys, just get some calls that have a lot of time. That way, like, here's what we're looking for, guys. And this might actually light your eyes up a little bit, okay? For all you guys out there wanting to, make the quick 100%, this might not be quick, but these Neo calls, let's say Neo starts uptrending again. If this gets to like $11 or like 12, we're talking about some pretty insane gains on these options, guys. Like really good gains on these options. Seriously. If you are buying these Neo calls down here around support, and Neo starts to really uptrend back to like, recovering like it should, hopefully, you'll make a killing on those, but you got to be able to hold them. Last year during Neo Day, they dropped for a few days and recovered, so I agree with you. Yeah, it's possible. SPX Lotto put played. Nice. I feel like fading the rallies. I love trading. It's so exciting. Yeah. It's not bad. Yeah, fade the rally, man. One big thing right now is like every single stock is at a huge resistance all at one time. Isn't that kind of weird? It's a little bit weird. I think that these resistance touches and moves back down are great for today. Like NVIDIA here is looking pretty fire back down again. $485 is going to be some support though, just so you guys are aware. I bet on Bookmap it's pretty big. Yeah, 485. Definite support here. Either pullback or all-time high. Exactly. You either trade the all-time high break or you just fade it back off right now. That's really the way I'm looking at the market right now. Yeah, little intraday supports coming in. And one big thing, guys, it's very important to be adaptable out there. It's very, very important. Just because the market's been going up for a little while does not mean it's going to go up forever. It will start to slow down, and there will be little downtrends mixed in. And hey, you know what? Good traders are going to adapt to that. And the good traders are going to capitalize on some of those moves. They're not just going to blindly keep buying calls. You know, so be aware for that. There's a lot of people that probably want to take profits up here. And not just people. Institutions and etc. How does Bookmap work? Are those limit orders? Yeah, so essentially these are orders hitting the market, Corbin. These are orders that are out there at the moment. So there's 20,000 shares stacked up at 485. It doesn't mean it's all just one order stacked there, but it could be. But there's like a whole bunch stacked up at once. So yeah, down here on the bottom right, in the COB, this is the current order book. You can go down here and see where all the share counts are. Manny talks about this a lot with SPY throughout the day. If you look at SPY, it's all over the place, right? There's like a lot of levels. Once you zoom in, though, you can kind of see, like, in some short-term circumstances, you might notice that there's a ton of buyers under here and, like, not a lot of resistance overhead. And you might be able to see, like, hey, the market's going to shoot a little higher because we're seeing a whole bunch of buyers underneath, but no real resistance coming in. That's kind of how I'd look at it on SPY. But on these other stocks like Tesla, you can do the same thing. But it's even bigger with these ones for like supports and resistances, because you'll see like major areas, just tons of orders stacked up at one spot. Like Apple at 200, guys, was insane. It was insane. Tesla at 160 was also insane, or 260 was insane as well. We're talking like $91 million was stacked up there. And yeah, exactly, Corbin. Like, this is the actual market. Like, it's showing the orders out there. It's showing the movement, like, exactly as it happens. And these volume dots hit, and then they grow, you know, within that certain time frame. And it shows you, like, how much volume got in that one spot. You can see, like, these big areas out here where there were big orders. The volume dots get bigger as they hit there because those orders start filling. And I got to take some instruments off of here. It's telling me that I have too many, so it's, like, lagging. Take Palantir off. The rest deserve to stay, I guess. Boeing can go. There we go. Yeah, it's still overloading it, isn't it? It like lags when you zoom in or out, but... Meta, let's look at it. Oh, 350 is probably pretty big here. Yeah, 350 is a pretty big support down there. 351 is a nice intraday area. Goddamn allergies. Short Tesla, let's see. Yeah, I mean, I would rather short it than go long. Maybe somewhere on this little uptrend intraday you could short it. Try to find a nice resistance hit. If you miss a nice resistance touch as an entry, maybe as it breaks like a support, like 249.50, might be a good area to break down back below. SPY itself looks pretty whack today. Go back to US 10Y. How are we looking there? Trying to come back a little bit. Like I said earlier with US 10Y, do I think it can go lower? Yes. But will it be straight down? No. It'll take some time. Like throughout the year next year, I think it'll start going lower. But you never know short term. I'm not finding any good like intraday setups here. Maybe end phase. Some of these solar stocks are starting to come back today pretty good. The airlines as well, they're not looking bad. Like AAL, if it starts running above like 1445, might not be a bad play. Everyone done Christmas shopping. Man, I've barely started, Corbin. I have barely started myself. Been too busy with getting all the baby stuff. I have 4 people to shop for. I haven't started. I feel you, Corbin. I feel you there. Check out IONQ. IONQ. I've seen this one a few times. Oh. I see a little trend going on here on IONQ right away. Right away. On a little uptrend recently. Be a little wary in case this thing breaks, but seems like it's been following it pretty well. Maybe go on a nice little, another uptrend here off of here. Might not be bad. Yeah, just look for a nice little move back up, IONQ. Not my favorite stock, but definitely has some decent movement to it. You look at Apple, it looks like it double bottomed. It definitely has. It's actually on major support right now. Apple is. Pretty major support. We'll have to see if this support gives out or if we're going to hold this. I would say right now, though, it has double bottomed. Especially if you count the past 2 days. Definitely double bottoming down there, but look at this big support. Like, I'm going to draw arrows to, like, all the hits on this thing, because, man, this support's big. I mean, we're talking, like, major movement off of this specific area. Tons of times. Time and time and time again. Right off of this. And the level is 194... 50 to 195, you got to give or take about 50 cents on it because there's just so many wicks that extend down to that or just barely pass, but definitely a pretty decent level there intraday. It's kind of like Tesla bouncing off its support. Now, the thing that sucks is it could have actually been a decent opportunity if we would have been buying, like, right as it touched support or something. That could have been actually a decent opportunity back up there Too bad we missed that. It's hard to make entries sometimes on supports in that type of way, but definitely a good entry point. Jason says AMD. Uh-oh, is it moving up? Yep. There it goes. Back to oblivion with AMD. Right back up into the range from last week. Damn. I was kind of hoping that they would keep rejecting here off that range, but hey, you know what? That support intraday never broke, and it came right back up in a pretty bullish way, so. Not bad. Not bad here to the upside for AMD. It'd be hard to trade it up here, I have a feeling, but NVIDIA's coming back now too. I wonder if they'll be breaking their resistance. If we get a whole bunch of stocks shooting up at once, we might have that upwards momentum coming back in. Remember that the SPY all-time high is actually around 480, so, you know, it might not be too surprising if we do end up hitting 480 and coming down, or like really close to it. As the SPY moves up today, there's a few levels to look for. Watch 473 overhead. Watch also 473.50. 473.50 is going to be a major level. If it can get back up there, that is going to be a fun trade. Needs to break this high of pre-market though. It's getting very close. Go back to AMD, not bad. Yeah, SurgeBot has AMD on there. Nice job. How's AVGO? Is it still going? Oh, it's trying. AFRM maybe? What did you say the nearest Tesla resistance is? Yeah, let's go back. Let's check it. Big one at 254. I would say the most closest one is right around 251.50. Let's go to Bookmap on it. Wow, on Bookmap, there's not really anything up to that 254 level I talked about. You can see, though, 253 to 255, there's just a ton of resistance right there. It might be tough to break that to the upside today on Tesla. So definitely keep your eyes on 253 and to 254. Those are the areas I'm really watching. You can see, though, in pre-market today, there was definitely bounces like at 251, so to 251.50. If we break here, I would think a recovery up to 254 could be possible. I'll plot that level in red here so you can see it. It's actually right where a wick touched today, too. Right there. So it is decent level. 251.30. It was like right where I have that line, but 474.50 was the top of the expected move Monday. That's nice. 474.50. Let's go to the hourly. Yeah, definitely. I see a lot of wicks right there, too. Getting a little scary here, though. How much correlated is Boeing to SPY? It's not very correlated, but it is a little bit. It should show up in the bottom right here in just a second. It's moderate correlation at 0.59, so pretty good correlation. Like, not the best, not the worst. Right in the middle. Go back to Apple really quick. Huge intraday support on Apple still down there. We'll have to keep that low of day on watch, because if that low of day breaks, that's where I think the put opportunities are going to be here. If 194.80 breaks, man, there could be some fun plays to the downside, but I'm not sure that's going to break. You know, it's a huge level on Apple. Let's look at that one on the book map. Why not? Oh, there's actually not really too much there until 194. There's some slight support down there, though. Nothing too crazy whenever you look at the resistances, though, so kind of just normal. You guys can see that's why it's all like light blue down here. Nothing crazy until we get to 194 even. You could always see some buyers start to come in, though, at a certain time, which is pretty interesting. Definitely watch out for that. You check Coin for sure. COIN, Coinbase. This has been a fun stock lately. It's always on my watch list as of the past, I guess, few weeks. It's been at the top non-stop. I like it. It just has big resistance here. 167.50, 168. Big area. How do you decide on buying puts versus selling covered calls to protect against downside for owned shares? Kane, it really comes down to, do you want to hold it for a long time or not? That's really the big thing. If you want to sell covered calls, that can be great. But like, let's say I'm selling covered calls on DraftKings right now, right? Let's say I think DraftKings won't get back above like 38 or 39. I'll sell like the 39 strike calls and just let it go till expiration. That's how you should, unless you just get out really, you know, as it gets to like 50% or something. If it falls really quick and your premium, you know, you're bringing in a lot, then you could just get out fairly quick. But nonetheless, most of the time people just let it go. And like, let's say DraftKings started breaking 39 then and running up. Well, I might not want to get rid of all my shares. So in that case, instead of buying, instead of doing the covered calls, selling the covered calls, I would just start buying puts instead. In that scenario, Kane, because I didn't want to lose my shares. If you really don't want to lose your shares, you could maybe sell like 1 or 2 covered calls and then some puts to maybe offset the rest of the shares, or, you know, work it out in that type of way, Kane. But that's a way, or a thing that I would look at is, do you really want to lose your shares or not? And of course, that's the risk with running covered calls, but that just is, you know, if you really didn't want to, like if it was like a super long-term play or something along those lines. Now, if you have strategies coming in to where you're, let's just say that you're looking to enter a play to specifically run the wheel on, then you wouldn't want to worry about losing your shares because you entered that play specifically with running the wheel strategy in mind and selling those covered calls on it. So it just depends on your strategy on that. Jason said, I would never sell covered calls as protection. Yeah, I mean, you're really yeah. Jason, I would say, I would beg to differ on that one. I would beg to differ. As long as you're selling the covered calls in the profit, then it's fine. You know, because you're winning on the shares, hopefully, anyways. But, like, for example, on DraftKings, now, this isn't my own story, but it's a good story that I think you guys would appreciate. Let's look at DraftKings on the daily chart as it was falling down. Hunter was buying up DraftKings shares, let's say. Okay, and I can't remember if it was DraftKings or if it was a different stock. I'm pretty sure it was DraftKings, though. He was buying up DraftKings, and you know, he got in a little bit too early on the dip, as I did and as many people did, and they had to average in. But he got in a little bit early. Well, he's been selling tons of covered calls as that stock has been falling down. And if the covered calls get hit, you know, rebuying in and then selling covered calls again and etc., he's pretty much made back his whole entire position on DraftKings just from the premiums from the covered calls. So he's pretty much holding like however many shares right now. He might not still be holding now, but just in theory, like totally risk-free, because those covered calls literally, like, let's say it was a $5,000 position, he might have made back $6,000 with those covered calls over this given time. I mean, that's a huge thing, guys. I mean, that's huge. It's crazy. Most people would never think of that. They would never sit there and think like, wow, you know, you can make that much back just for holding shares as they go against you? Yeah, if you can. Bought 200 shares of Adobe before earnings. Oh, I did it because the premiums were sick. Man, that sucks. Adobe before earnings, man. Adobe was like yeah, they were pretty high on the year, man. This is a perfect candidate to sell covered calls on, honestly. I'd probably start selling like the 630, 620 strikes. I'm not saying to do that. I'm just, you know, that's what I'd be doing here with it being up so much. Let's see what he said. 200 shares in a jam. Yeah. Hopefully it comes back up though and retests 620 or something for you. That would be nice if it could come back up and test that. Yeah, earnings are earnings. We all know how those go. It's so 50-50. Boeing coming all the way back down to support around 260. That's pretty good. What the hell is SPY doing today? Looks like someone spilled its eggnog. Or spiked its eggnog. Yeah. It does. It's like all wobbly today. It doesn't know what to do because traders are probably all mixed on their feelings today. How's AMD? Still trying to get back. It held support at 138.50 on that little dip, though. So it broke that resistance earlier. Now that's acting as intraday support. Not bad. Joe coming in with the 10. Appreciate you there, Joe. I would say right now with Boeing, it's getting kind of close to the low. I don't think I would short it now. I don't think I'd short it now. Earlier in the day, it might have been a better opportunity, but right now it's nearing that support. I would be careful. Now, hey, if we see support give out, that might be a good spot to enter, but man, 260 is huge here, Joe. It is big. Appreciate you though again. You are on fire lately. That is insane. Thank you, Joe. No one's ever done this. How much did your baby weigh when it was born? It was 8 pounds, 4 ounces, Corbin. 8 pounds, 4 ounces. We're hoping that she's gaining good weight. We'll know again on December 30th, but she should be. Tesla breaking up. No confirmation yet. Yeah, definitely no confirmation yet, but looks like it is trying to come up in intraday. I like this little support at 249.50. It's holding 250 pretty well here. Hey, Corbin, were you really? You were the first one to super chat. That is awesome, man. I honestly cannot remember, but appreciate you. Man, that's awesome, Corbin. Apple, please. It's on support. AAPL. Oh, wow. It is on support, isn't it? It might start giving out again. Yeah, it looks like the support, guys, is about to flush the stock down, but what's Meta looking like? Let's see. META trying to come back a little bit here to the upside. And nice intraday support, 351.50. Honestly, I feel like it looks pretty good for like a little dip buy back up here, but man, to take that as a scalp here, just it's not the type of price action I usually look for. We got that little trend going on there. Look kind of funny. Little trend. The trend's trying, isn't it? Wow, Meta, come on, break this for us. That'd be pretty cool if like it started running back down. I think it would be a better opportunity, but we'll see. Haha, Corbin. The chess. Yeah, man. I could not win. I won like the very first game I played on there against somebody, and then I never won again. I was terrible on there. I couldn't believe how bad I was at it. I normally destroy people when I play. Granted, I hadn't played in like years until I did that, but you're lucky you didn't win or didn't lose, because you'd never hear the end of that one. I was like 0 for 8 or 0 for 9 on my record with that. It was terrible. I'm pretty good, but I'm not that good. Come on, Meta. Make your move. Yesterday, I had to wait for NVIDIA to fall. It took all damn day. And then I got out way too early. In retrospect. Still good, though. We'll always take that type of move. How do I feel about RIG? You know, that's a stock I haven't heard of in a long time. I'm glad you brought it up here. RIG, Oscar's asking. You know, RIG is an interesting one. I actually think RIG could start to do pretty well here over the next few years, but RIG is just a tough stock. You know, in general, it's been very choppy over the years. I do think that it will do pretty well overall, but I don't know. It's such a choppy stock. I would think from where we are now, I think it'll start to come back a little bit as oil prices and energy start to shoot back. I think that'll start to happen. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for with RIG. I do like it. I used to talk about this one a lot back in the day. There were some people when I first started trading in like 2015, 2014. There were some people that I used to trade futures with who lived and died by RIG. They would buy it up and just swear to God this thing was going to explode up to like 50 bucks and stuff. And what did it do? It went all the way down to like 70 cents. I was actually like laughing when I saw this thing falling. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm glad I didn't follow those guys. But yeah, that was hilarious with those guys. That was something else. We used to call ourselves the Future Squad. It was so silly. You know, imagine some 16 to 18-year-old kids trading futures out here calling themselves the Future Squad. Shit was silly. CRM is around resistance. CRM. Yeah, Salesforce, you know, they've been doing really good. Really good. You're right, though. They are right at resistance, aren't they? Look at that. Yeah, look at that. Right around 265, 270. This whole area is riddled with resistance. But I'll tell you what, that's one hell of a stock move. How's X? Oh, yeah, that's right. They got bought out. Never mind. I was going to say, did they continue up? But it don't really matter anymore. Tom's glory days. It was pretty fun back then, Corbin. XPEV, big money not doing so well. Yeah, you're right. That has been a tough one. The 15 calls. What was the date? Tuesday. Excuse me, guys. Sorry. Yeah, that support's starting to give out here on XPEV, isn't it? Looking kind of rough. Wow. Sean, that one's actually worrying me a little bit. It could still come back, though, but we'll see. What do you think about DocuSign? DOCU, let's check it. Oh, wow. I think DocuSign's coming down after its ripper. Wow, I mean, how perfect is that, guys? It just so happens to be rejecting at the same exact spot it had highs at back in June. I mean, look at that, guys. I mean, that is just... That's what you call a resistance hit right there. I feel like DocuSign looks pretty good overall, though. Like, for the longer term, I think it'll end up breaking out of this. It just, you know, for now, it's falling kind of back down into the range. Don't know how long it'll take, but, I do still like getting shares of it down here in this range for the longer term with DocuSign. If you guys don't know what DocuSign does, they pretty much allow you to sign documents online. As in, like, if you were going to, like, buy a house or a car online or something, you might fill it all out on DocuSign and sign it all right there or something. It's just a lot easier. You know, like, you know, if you're, what would I say? Loan officer. Let's say they're like, hey, we need you to sign a couple more things or something. Rather than you having to drive up there, they might just send you it on DocuSign. And then you sign it, you send it back, bam. There you go. Nice and easy. Yeah, digital contracts. Yeah, exactly. If you need to sign some type of contract, you can do it on there. What's crazy is FXI is up. Is it? How is Baba, though? Well, yeah, I guess it's up today, Sean, but boy, FXI took a hit yesterday. Holy crap. That was a bad one yesterday. At least Baba held its ground better, man. How's JD and Baidu? Yeah, not even them fell off that bad. Baidu's actually up in the past couple days. Google's breaking a 2-day trend. Can you have a look? Sure. Breaking a 2-day trend. Where is the trend? I don't see this one. Maybe a little something, something here. Maybe something like that. Oh, yeah. Not too bad right there. No. Not bad at all. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of been following this blue line. That resistance here is right at 140, starting to break above that one pretty well. Yeah, the setup on Google is pretty interesting to me. I don't really see anything too crazy with this one. Other than big support being here where we're bouncing today, but... Go back to Apple real quick. We had this little drawing on Apple yesterday. It was pretty fun. Little intraday like wedge type of play or flag. Ended up rejecting out of it back down. Apple's actually approaching its low of day again. Look at that. Go to the 1 minute chart. Damn near broke it. Or did it? Oh, it got real close. Really, really close. Yeah, CRM at 100% growth. Silent player. Man, I don't think they're a silent player. They were pretty good. I feel like a lot of people have been looking at CRM back up this year. Look at, I even have drawings from back here. It's a pretty good one though, CRM, Salesforce. Nice stock. Great one. They're always on my watch list, I think. Oh, my Thinkorswim's spazzing, guys. No. There we go. There they are. They've been at the top so often lately. PTON coming back. I know this is a stock people have been laughing at lately. Trying to come back, though. FSLR is another one that is in that solar sector. I'll tell you guys what, FSLR on the chart here today looks pretty damn good. Compared to most other stocks out there, this thing's actually starting to run up and looks pretty fire. Too bad we're not seeing, better movement out of the market though today, guys. Sorry, it's a little bit slow out there. Sometimes the market be like that, especially coming off of a crazy day like yesterday. So the big thing here, guys, is just be adaptable. I have a feeling that the market is going to start to get really choppy up here as it approaches this double top. So we're going to end the stream soon, but I just want to reiterate this double top is coming into play on SPY. If you don't want to call it a double top, just call it a resistance. It's coming into play. We're going to have to see because there's going to probably be a lot of chop around here. I doubt it just breaks it like nothing and runs up. If that's what everyone thinks, something's wrong. There's going to be a lot of chop here. Look at the last time SPY was at this level, guys. Look at the last time. Look at how flat SPY went for, fucking 6 months of flatness there at the top. So just realize that whenever we see this, as the SPY gets back here again, just be aware. This is a price level that we went flat at last time. Now, it wasn't flat. There were still good opportunities. It just, it was choppy. So it's important to be adaptable right now. The market just went on a great, great, great run. One of the best runs that we've seen in a while. That was a fantastic move. From October 27th, that low, all the way till the high of yesterday, December 20th. That was one hell of a run, guys. One of the best ones we've had in a while. Now, it might consolidate a little bit, so just be aware. I'm going to end you with that today. Santa rally tomorrow, Mike said. Maybe. I feel like the Santa rally's been happening. So we'll have to see if it can continue. That SPY might push that all-time high at 480. Maybe that'll be a nice rally up to that, but let's go, guys. I appreciate you guys joining up today. Thanks for being on the stream. Being here to see some of the fire plays and setups that we found earlier. I know now, though, everything's starting to slow off a little bit, so got to get some stuff done in the background. And I will talk to you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you, Joe, Prarit, Sean, Perry, Oscar, Corbin, both Ricks, formerly broke. Nice plays on NVDA. Spencer, Sharon, X8 your cat. David, thanks for joining up. Luis, Kane, Jamie, I hope I didn't miss anybody today. Tank Daddy, Dallas, Christian, Viva, Lefty. It's all good, guys. Let's go. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you guys tomorrow morning. Let's find some more fire setups there. Make sure you join up in the Discord. If you're not in there yet, check out the link that I'm about to post up. Make sure you join up. We're in there all day long, guys. We're in there all day. If you're interested in joining up on the trading floor, check out the second link I'm sending. Use code 2023 at checkout. It'll save you guys a little bit on the first month. If you guys are interested in using our bots, the Surge Bot and SM Bot are so fun for momentum traders. So you guys would love those too. And we do have some individual callouts as well with Sniper and Hybrid. Other than that, though, have a blessed rest of your day. And tomorrow, we might have a little Christmas theme going on. So be ready for that, guys. See you later.